So that's another thing you have to learn, and that's a craft that's been going on for centuries as well. Making the leather and
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, sheath making in itself is like its
yeah,
own.
people that are really good at it. I mean, they got to charge for it, so you
Oh yeah, I mean
you
I
can
don't blame them.
double your money in the price of your night because you had somebody else make it, or you have to make it yourself.
I think 9 times out of 10 you definitely get what you pay for when it comes to stuff like that because I think that especially with some of the leather like those crazy like I've seen crazy leather patterns on sheaths alone. They were a couple like it was like a couple $100, but I
Oh
mean
yeah,
they're beautiful.
absolutely. I spent hours and hours on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I took them hours. Like it takes a long time, and like in it itself is basically like the type of like yeah, it's on leathersmithing or
So
leather.
you see all these materials. I mean, this provides me the opportunity to make a number. I have a lot of wood stored downstairs, and it's got to be kept away from bugs and a lot of stuff you just see around the corners and um, handle material, and it affects what your capabilities are if you don't have the material. So hence I collect a lot of stuff that people say, "What are you gonna use that for?" I said, "I don't know yet, but I got a pretty good idea."
Awesome, awesome.
So I make some wooden handles. I like the deer antler handles because I'm making hunting knives pretty much, and I want people to, like I said, use them and take them out into the woods. And personally, I'm not going to take $1,000 or $500 knife out into the woods. So
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even.
no, I mean, but people do. I just
mean,
don't. I've never had that kind of money.
I would be displaying that in my home over losing that into a ravine.
So what I'm getting at is, if I can't sell them at a practical price, they're not going to be used, and I want to keep them in a particular range because, I learned how to make Damascus and stuff like that, and it's fascinating, to do all the welding in the forge and what have you, but this is my own personal opinion. It makes a pretty knife, and you can make some very, very interesting patterns out of it. It doesn't make a better knife, and Bill Moran would tell you the same thing. One of his pamphlets, he wrote in there that I think it was, I'm not sure what the steel designation was, but he says in handwriting, right next to it, he put, "as tough as Damascus." And if he says that, then I believe that, because he made a lot of knives, and he tested a lot of knives. And if he tells me that it's as tough, then it's fine. It's cheaper than, it'll take me a day or so to make the steel before I start making a blade out of it. And I have to, show that I know how. Just to get in the click.
Absolutely.
But I've never taken a Damascus. I've never skinned a deer with a Damascus knife. I use my own little. I have a knife that's about this size. I've been using for 25 years.
Yeah. I mean, you need practical over like.
Yeah, we're not skinning moose. We don't have any moose here.
No, I hope not. Oh my goodness, that would be insane to run into moose out here. Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it. Not trying to overcharge people, giving them what they need over what they. I mean, like.
Can afford it.
Yeah, like making it affordable for people.
I sold one the other day for $3.50. It was a tiny little knife. It was Damascus, and it had a beautiful handle on it. It had some of this man-made stone in there. It's see, it's got the gold flecks in there and everything.
Yeah, it's neat.
And there's some other malachite. That's what I'm saying. So all these different types of materials that you can put together to make mostly the handles. But jewelry for men.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that is a good way to put it. Jewelry for men. I like that. That is and then that's the just the small intricacies of just making this stuff. And like you said, you really just get into a mindset when you're making this stuff. You get very focused. I try to be the same way. You know, I have actually, like, I'm like ADHD, but like when I'm making stuff, it definitely, like, I really try to like focus and just black out everything else when you're, you know, making.
Because you're putting yourself into it and you're putting your name on it.
Exactly, and it's got to be. I gotta like it because I don't want to spend, like, you know.
I've never had anybody bring one back to me.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh
and
wow.
I have a lot of repeat customers, so that makes me proud. You know.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah. Mine are guaranteed, but if you break it, chances are you abused it. You use it as a pry bar. It's not a pry bar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for cutting. It's got a cutting edge, and the rest of it supports the cutting edge. You know, but if you were to stick it in somewhere and then crank down on it, you know, God bless you, it might bend it, but you ain't gonna bend it back, and you might snap it off.
Absolutely.